But before we jump into the hacking, I want to talk about the basics of an HTTP request. What happens when you type in a web address into your browser, what information is sent to the web server, and what you receive back in return. So when you visit nahamsec.com, my personal website, your browser is sending a request to the web root, which is a slash. It's saying this is the host, this is the user agent I have. For example, I'm using Firefox, and it's going to say this is what I'm expecting to accept. There's going to be an authorization perhaps where you authorize yourself because you're already logged in, and it's going to also have a referrer. That means the website that you already coming from. So if you're on Google looking for my website and you click on it, my web server is going to know where you're coming from. So just to break it down, again, the first one is the endpoint. That's the page you're fetching. So if you're looking at your profile, it will be something like profile.php, profile your user ID. The next one is the host. Again, this is the website you are fetching. The third thing, user agent, is the browser you're using. Is to tell the web server, this is the browser I have. Give me the best version of the website that suits my browser. And then the next one is what type of content you want to receive, which is the content type. As I mentioned, authorization. This is where you authorize yourself. So if you're already logged into this website, it's going to say, hey, I have an authorization code. Here it is. Let me be logged in. And the referrer is the website where you will refer to the next one. But as you saw in the last slide, there is a keyword called get. That means that I'm saying, get this page for me. I want you to fetch this data from this page. But you can also make other requests. For example, if you do post requests, that could be that you're creating or changing data. With a put request, it means you're replacing or modifying some sort of a data. Deleting, as obvious as it sounds, is to delete some data. And options is to communicate to see what options does that particular endpoint take. And there's also head. This one is the same as get, but it doesn't show you a response. It just requests to see if that page is there or not. So it doesn't give you a response at all. It just looks to see if that page is available. When you make a request to a web server, the server is going to respond with a variety of ranges. Each of these mean different things, and it kind of lets your browser know what to expect. So again, if you make a request to a web root and the page is available, it's going to be in the 200 ranges. If you go to a website and it redirects you to another page, that's going to come back as a 300. And if you are unauthorized, maybe you don't have access to this resource, the page isn't there, or the method you are using is not allowed, then it's going to be within the 400 range. There's also the last one where it's 500. This is where the server doesn't know how to handle your request, and it comes back and says, hey, I don't know what to do with this request. There is an error, fix it. These are very important for you to understand as you get into your hacking, so I highly recommend getting familiar with each response status code. You can go to Mozilla's website, as I put it in the resource section of this course, and kind of get familiar what each one means, or as if you come up with them and you see them while you're hacking, you can look them up and learn more about them.